Imagine a world where people don't just buy what you do, they believe in why you do it. That's the central idea of Simon Sinek's groundbreaking book, Start With Why, and to explain it, he tells a story. Not just of products or profits, but of visionaries, of movements, and of how real change begins when we communicate from the inside out. Sinek starts with a simple question. Why are some people and organizations more innovative, more influential, and more profitable than others? Think about Apple. They're not just a tech company. They've become a symbol of innovation and rebellion because they start with why. While most companies market by telling you what they do, we make computers and how they do it. They are beautifully designed, simple to use. Apple starts with this. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. That's their why. Only then do they tell you how they do it and what they sell. That simple inversion, starting with why, makes all the difference. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Sinek introduces the golden circle, a deceptively simple model made of 3 concentric circles. Why? The purpose, cause or belief. Why do you exist? How the process or values that set you apart. What the result or product you offer. Most people work from the outside in, starting with what they offer, then maybe explaining how and rarely reaching why. But truly inspiring leaders, like Martin Luther King Jr., Steve Jobs, or the Wright brothers, communicate from the inside out. They start with why. Trust and loyalty are built from why. When people resonate with your why, they feel trust. Trust creates loyalty, and loyalty is what fuels long-term success. Take the Wright brothers. They didn't have fame, funding, or a fancy team, but they had a cause, a deep belief in human flight. Their rivals, better funded and more educated, failed because they lacked that deep sense of purpose. The same applies in business. Companies like Southwest Airlines or Harley-Davidson have fierce customer loyalty, not because of what they sell, but because of what they stand for. Sinek warns that most businesses rely on manipulation, price drops, fear tactics, promotions to get customers. These work in the short term but never build loyalty. In contrast, inspiration, rooted in a clear why, builds lasting relationships. Inspiration leads people to line up for hours for a new product, or follow a leader through hardship. It creates tribes, not just transactions. Leadership is about vision, not authority. Great leaders don't have all the answers, but they inspire people to find them. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't have a detailed plan. He had a dream. He painted a vision so compelling that millions followed. His why resonated with their own beliefs. As Sinek puts it, there are leaders and there are those who lead. The ones who lead start with why. To turn a why into real-world success, you need clarity of why, know your purpose. Discipline of how, stick to your guiding principles. Consistency of what, let everything you do reflect your why. It's not enough to know your why, you must live it, breathe it, and embed it into your culture. Sinek even roots this idea in biology. The golden circle aligns with how our brain is structured. The neocortex, outer brain, handles logic and language, aligned with the what. The limbic brain, inner part, controls emotions and decision-making, aligned with the why. That's why people can understand what you do, but it's the why that makes them feel it. Sinek describes how many companies lose their way as they grow. They start with why, but over time, focus shifts to what. Metrics, profits, processes. That disconnect creates confusion, both internally and with customers. The solution? Reconnect with your why. Make it your North Star again. One of Sinek's examples is TiVo. Brilliant technology, but their message focused on what? We pause live TV. It didn't connect emotionally. They didn't sell why people should care. So they struggled, even though they had a revolutionary product. Meanwhile, Apple's why drew in millions, because they made people feel like part of something bigger. Every great movement begins with a why, spreads through people who believe, and eventually reaches a tipping point. Whether it's Apple revolutionizing tech, King igniting civil rights, or the Wright brothers lifting humanity off the ground, it all begins with a cause. Whether you're a leader, a business owner, or just figuring out your path, ask yourself today, why do you do what you do? Is it something worth believing in? And if you found this summary valuable, if it helped you see leadership and purpose in a new light, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's searching for their why.